Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome to the tarot reading for February 2023. Ishushe si kenyana na kamoko yetchet sakati yeshen zekenya. Ibeti sa she si kunyana naka. Ibeti joja akiena kumba ati zeziana kamaka. Endutushte asu esia kama urjezi indianaka. So I've mentioned previously that there's a big difference between the energies of 2022 and 2023. And in February, the difference becomes even more obvious, becomes very different to this. So it's not that we are automatically different, it's this slow change that moves further and further away from the frequencies of 2022. Ishikambati se ti kuyetsianda kambandeshe si kanyana nakaka. Ebiti ze sushe si anakama oje esia sanyanaka. So in February, there are new energies coming towards this realm, towards this plane that haven't been here for a long time. And these are going to have a deep effect on the energies of our system and the energies of Gaia. Ibiti kunyana kakai shesia shoshana miata. Eduche nakamaka kiatsa. So relax, there's sort of a destiny to this. Eshukietsesiasa, and it was seen a long time ago. Ibiti shushesi kanyalama ujetsasiaka. Sukiana makuke ebitianaka. So what's our job? What's our role as inhabitants in this realm that is on this journey of expansion? It is to really get to the truth of who we are. And how do we get to the truth of who we are? It's by first finding peace with where we're at. So when we have looked in the last year, as I've talked about, at all the things that's in our program, that's in our conditioned responses, when we've looked at our limitations or our habits and understood them and found a way to forgive them, the next step is to understand when we're about to step into that, make a different choice, and choose to be different, choose to step into that new frequency. So what's our role? Our role is to keep finding love of self, love of this journey that we've been on, and that it has been perfect in whatever way it has unfolded. People can define it as being lost or on a detour or unawake. But all of those descriptions are saying that where we've been hasn't been the right place to be, but it all has been the right place to be. It's all a part of that journey. And I spoke with a chap a couple of days ago on a live, and we were talking about this being a labyrinth, that we are in a way, a maze or a labyrinth, working our way through various portions of the labyrinth, meeting obstacles, overcoming them, moving through into deeper and deeper parts of the labyrinth until we end up in point zero, where we end up back in a place of connection with the center of all things. And he used the term that we were lost in the labyrinth and that we've been not progressing, I suppose. But it's all a part of the lesson. And I encourage you to think of what we're moving through almost like a labyrinth. And when you come to an obstacle, and that obstacle could be something that's blocking you, or it could be something that appears to be negative within your life, is to look at it as just something to understand, look at it from a different perspective. And as you're moving through that challenge, keeping your observer activated. And when you move through and it is in your past, you will take the wisdom of that challenge and incorporate it into your being. So this is not that we are lost in this labyrinth of this life. We are moving through it on a level that we might not be aware of, that is very, very purposeful, very, very important and valuable. Ijo te kuka ebiti shesiana kuyena na makaya. Indodia tsesho shiat sakamaki te zushena. Imbetia kuka o beti sesiana kamaya ejutsanyanaka. So I've pulled 3 Rider-Waite cards and 1 unicorn card. And it's just a very brief reading of this February's energies. So let's have a look quickly at the unicorn card. And it's okay to be different. So how do we define whether we're good or bad, or effective or ineffective, or doing something right or doing something wrong, or doing something the right way or doing something the wrong way, is often somebody else's opinion. It is often, say, a belief within your family, or a belief within your society, or a belief within your religious upbringing. So when it's okay to be different, it's okay to be different according to the norms around you, to the conventions around you. So it's about, for the unicorns, this is continuing to express who you are according to what is in your heart, and really questioning who told me that this was right or wrong, and what do I want to be? What do I want to believe about where I am in my life and where I want to go in my life? So the 3 Rider-Waite cards are past, present, and future, or pre-February, February, and what will lead on from February. So pre-February is related to the Page of Pentacles. I was trying to read it back to front. It's the Page of Pentacles. So pages are young. Now this is also, I was going to say, I will explain it in 2 ways. This is about practical steps, small practical steps towards what you want, towards how you want to be. Sometimes it's difficult to make huge changes. And so you make the changes that you can, the changes within your perception, or the changes within your life in small increments, bit by bit. But it's also about the pentacles is stability and security grounded in yourself. So again, it is about being okay with being different to everyone around you and different to what you thought you should be. Because the pages are doing things for the first time in their lives. They're traditionally 11 years old and they head off to the castle to learn everything that is deemed important about their world. And they learn from having no knowledge often and slowly build up that knowledge. So when this card comes into a reading, it is for you to do something new for the first time in your life, no matter how old or young you are, that what you are attempting to do and what has brought us to this point is exactly what I've been saying. We've all been trying to strike out in new ways, step out in new ways, and be somebody closer to the truth of who we want to be, finding the stability and security grounded in ourselves. And people may knock us off center, but we come back, we find that center again. And that's what we've been looking at doing prior, moving up towards February. The February card is the Death card. Now, this is huge transformation. This is not death as such. It is that the world you're in is going to start looking very different. It will be, in a way, unrecognizable. It is a very deep transformative experience. And because the theme of the cards is about continuing that journey to the truth of who you are, and that in the past we've been stepping out and doing that, finding our own anchor, finding our own center, that we do create big changes in our lives. We do, the energies that we shift into create sort of a wave in our life, and it begins to transform and not necessarily mutate, but shift and morph. And the old doesn't look anything like where you are now. And it's also indicative of moving into a new phase within your evolutionary path. Ibiti shushan zeki koma, bebiti sayashushan zeki anaka. So there is an ending of the old and the beginning of a new. It is a letting go of the old and saying farewell, as I've said before, with gratitude and waiting and holding a vision to allow the, in a way, matter and the universe to catch up with your change in thought, with your change in perception, with your change in energy. Ibiti kuishe nakama, ebiti seyasushe naka. So this shift in your life, which may appear and unfold within your real life, with your day-to-day life, not just an energetic shift, but maybe things will change within the world you live in quite definitely and distinctly. Biatushesha. But what this will lead to is redefining your worth, redefining your value. We've had such fixed ideas and ideas placed on us from others about why someone would love us, why somebody would value us, what we need to do or be in order to fit in and to be loved. So this moving out and finding that new level of stability and security grounded in yourself, that new purpose, that new knowledge of who you are and who you want to be, it is the beginning of redefining your value, redefining who you are and how, and taking off the glasses of that 7-year-old who's had a perception of themselves for a long time. And now you will look in the mirror and see yourself differently, see yourself as having value, no matter how far you've come or what you've achieved, that it's really an internal barometer that you are in control of and not something external. Ibiti shoshenza beetikana. Idochet sakumbu utezi jenze kanaya betiana kuyena. So February is continuing to grow, continuing to grow into who you are, who you want to be, and where you want your life to lead. And it isn't always an easy process. It isn't always a smooth process. So be aware as things unfold in February that this is the change. This is the obstacle in the labyrinth that might be a bit tough, but it's going to be a positive in the long run because it will add to your information, add to your knowledge base, add to your wisdom. Embeatusha shiatsa kende butuya shashianaka ide sianakaya narkike ijutsayanakamaya ejutsana. And I would suggest that you tune in to what the new energies are. See if you can find a way to describe it and define it when you tune in. And it'll be absolutely perfect for you. But there's definitely a new energy around. And this energy is here to support us in this change, in this evolutionary path that was seen a long time ago. Bye, beautiful souls. See you next time.